Hello, welcome to Dark Souls 2. In the last episode, we had gotten from Lost Bastille. We saw Macduff, and our weapon of the day was a spear. In this episode, we'll be getting to the rest, hopefully the rest of the forest, and I'll be able to show you most of it. Because there's still areas of the forest of fallen giants I still need to go and show you guys, which I will in a later episode. However, today, unlike yesterday's weapon, which was very long and stabby, this weapon of the day is a hammer. Hammers, well, here you go. So I said earlier, as the weapon of the day is hammer, it's all cool and dandy. Right now, the hammer that we are using is the Craftsman hammer. It's what we got at the Lost Bastille from Blacksmith Macduff. There are a total of 12 hammers in the game, and here they are. They act very similar to this, and because I have two hammers, I'll be able to show you more of it. They act very similar to an axe in a way. I think they do, anyways. While an axe is blunt, this is an axe is cut. This is blunt. See, like the Morning Star and the Craftsman hammer have the same type of moves, while this has bleed damage and this doesn't. It does more damage. So that's the basic gist of it. The riposte and the backstab are basically the same, as I'm about to show you. They're basically the same as the axe. That's kind of it. If I can get up here, I'll be able to show you the backstab. Or I won't. That's cool. There's the backstab. See, it acts very similar to the axe. It's just, instead of a cut, it's a blunt weapon. So, enjoy the rest of the video. So, yeah, that's how hammers work. Very similar to axes, like I said. I'm using Craftsman hammer because it does a lot more damage than any other hammer we have, which is only the Morning Star. And it buffs really well because we have a lot of strength. So, yeah. And we're gonna head over here into our long path. For the most part, the Shaded Woods is not that bad. That's very well timed. Shaded Woods isn't all that bad. It does get worse later on. Because of a certain part that I'll have to explain. Ooh, a Fading Soul. Let me explain those real quick. They're kind of interesting things. So we have a Fading Soul. It's like a much worse version of a normal soul. It only gives you 50, while Lost Undeads give you, I think, 300 or 500. Look at all these souls we got. God. So yeah. By the way, the sack guys can also throw rocks. I actually found that out not too long ago. They can throw rocks, and their weapons will poison you. You see that they have green, like on their weapon, or around them. It means that they can poison you when they hit you. It doesn't mean that they'll fully poison you, but it just means that they'll build up some poison, which isn't fun, because you don't want to get build up poison. Kind of whole shtick. Come up here. I don't actually remember what this item is. I think it's a soul. It's a Pharaoh's Lockstone. Actually, we need one of those for Forest of Fallen Giants. So that's nice. How do I want to go upon this? I got it. All right. First, what we want to do is when I come over here and light this bonfire. This is a thing that splits off into 3 paths. I'll explain them each in their own way in a second. Because I can. for right now. Let's take these guys on. That's one of them dead. So you notice how their fists are green? It means that they will poison you or build up poison if they hit you. So that's all that means. That's very similar to a lot of weapons too. If a weapon is glowing green, you know, in this case it's those guys' weapons. If their weapons will be glowing green, then yeah. Don't be afraid to use a bow too. Bows are really useful in these kind of positions because, you know, you want to die. Ooh, a rapier. That's good because I was going to actually buy one of those later. Oh, that's a thrusting sword? I thought the mail breaker was a dagger. Okay, whatever. Well, we have it. We have a rapier, and that's a much better weapon than the mail breaker. In fact, the rapier, funny enough, is a thing that you can actually break the game with. It's not like a broken, it's just like, it's a really good weapon in general. But once we get all those souls and, you know, the rapier and stuff, let's, you know, hit to this three-way path. Now, let me explain them in, you know, left to right. Left one. You'll be coming back here very soon, but, you know, let's explore it. So these enemies are falconers. We haven't seen them before, but oh, if we do New Game Plus, you will. Falconers show up in 2 locations in New Game, and 3 in New Game Plus. They often show up in groups, right? In New Game Plus, they show up in the Things Betwixt first area. While, and not New Game Plus, they don't, as, you know, you've seen. They often can rarely drop an item called the Sunlight Medal. It's for a Covenant, which we'll be getting not as soon as I would like it, but... Alright, well, I did damage to him. That's all that matters. For the most part, they're not all that difficult. I wouldn't, for right now, don't try to parry them. They will do a number on you. Just be careful not to get hit for now. They kind of do a lot of damage. We're here, and I believe this is yeah, nice. Human FG, a large soul of a proud knight, and twinkling titanite, all of which is good to have. For the most part, this is kind of all you need. But I'm still going to continue, because I can. So we have this guy, very cool, as you know, he's a pretty cool dude. However, that's not all the enemies in this area. If you see that invisible guy walking around, he's actually an enemy as well. Funny enough, he's in here multiple times. Don't worry about him as much though. You know, he will absolutely kill you if you're bad at the game. But you know, I have so much skill, so. In New Game Plus, there's another enemy that spawns there next to the guy there. Also, you can't backstab these guys. That's just a no-no. See, while they're invisible is to kind of portray one of these guys. But they do so much damage, it's ridiculous. From what I know, they don't actually drop anything. You can parry them, it's just a little bit harder because you can't lock on. I'm actually just gonna run past and pick this item up, and it's an axe. It's actually a great axe, cool. We need that. They will follow you, but for the most part, there's nothing past that we need for now. past that little area there. We will be coming back there very soon. I say very soon, but really it's not going to be very soon. It's going to be a while. It's going to be a long while. I'm going to sit back down so that I can actually, like, get some rest up real quick. And so I don't die, you know. Just so that, yeah. And now let me talk about the middle section. Another area that we'll be needing to come back to. This is going to be a while for us to coming back here. But it leads into I think one of the cooler areas of the game. But for right now, it's really nothing that we should worry about. What it is not fun, because look at that boy. Yeah, we have to deal with that. But as long as you run past him, his aggro, he doesn't stay aggroed for a long time. And look, another cyanide, another one that will disappear inevitably. Just like I did for the other one, just kind of backstab or riposte him. It makes him really easy. Did he drop anything? Of course he didn't. And it says produce the symbol of the king. That's very similar to how the cyanide before was blocking something, and it said that. It looks like we might need a symbol of the king or something. Didn't the Emerald Herald say something about a king way earlier on? If you're wondering, the answer is yes. And the red tear stone ring. I'll explain that in a second while I try to get away from him. Never mind, I guess I'll explain it now. This ring, when you have it on, you're on your ring finger. If you're at low health, it gives you, I believe, 10% more damage. Now, if you're crazy, right, you would not use this item, because this item is amazing. I mean, yeah, of course, it puts you at, you know, not as much health, but it doesn't really matter, because the damage really helps out. I would say if you're better, like, don't use it if you're a beginner, but if you're, more, you know, suitable for this game, and I just lost 7,000 souls, you know, understand this game a lot more, and you've been playing it for a while, I would say use it. It's very, useful in, well, yeah. That's kind of it. I mean, there's not much else to that sentence. But it is useful. That is true. So we're not going back there, because I lost all my souls. I mean, I have souls, so we'll be good. Perfect time to use a humanity. And you notice how our health has got much lower. The health will stop once it hits about half. But you never want it to hit about half, because then you are, you know, really screwed over for health. And then this part. My least favorite, but also could be worse part. This area is really interesting. It's like a Silent Hill kind of thing, where you can't really see much because of fog. But in reality, this isn't fog. This is like a mandatory thing.
Leave me be.
So okay. See, remember the guy that we saw earlier, the invisible guard? Yeah, right. Yeah. There's a lot of them here. And there's a lot of them here because, screw your life, because it's an invisible forest. Now, I can't really see them all that much. I don't know where the guy is. He's right there. Okay, cool. Remember, this is this entire forest. I do know there's not a ton of items here. Oh my god, I can't hit him for some reason. Don't worry, you can actually hit these invisible guys. I just am bad at it. Oh, and they can backstab you, if you were wondering. I'm not gonna have any healing. See, I told you, you can hurt these guys. It's just screw you, you know? Like I said, screw these guys, man. It's really all about just getting in there. Get out of there! A fire seed, that's cool. Fire seeds, I explained them before. What? Nope. One more. There we go. Oh, and there's a lot of them in this area, by the way, if you're wondering. But we'll be running past them.
What business have you here? traveller. You may call me Vengal, if I deserve a name in this sorry state. 'Tis rare to flap these gums. This is pleasant. Long ago, I was hired to defend the kingdom. I remember a long, brutal fight, and then somebody killed me. Or so I thought. I came to and found myself like this. I don't know what explains it, but it's not so bad, really. Now I watch the days go by and gaze at the night sky, thinking of the finer things, far removed from war. I'd grown weary of battle, but did not realize it until now. I know not what brings you on this journey, nor will I deign to ask. You may bear a great burden, don't we all? I prefer to stay my distance. But I want to warn you of something. My body. I see visions. My body, headless, raging without me. My body wielding my sword, a sword forged only to kill. My body will show no mercy. If you see the wretched thing, stay far away. I learn new things every day. Things never learned in battle. And, thanks to you, I've recalled the joy of conversation. If I can help you, if you require something, do speak up.
So he acts as a merchant. We can buy the Claymore and the Greatsword, both of which very cool and good items. He sells a Greatsword and an Ultra Greatsword, right? He also sells destructive great bolts, and he sells gold pine resin. Great, I know, I love it. And he also sells magic barrier. I don't know why you'd come here for that. And also because a lot of the NPCs in this game allow you to learn gesture.
Farewell.
It's very interesting.
I will retire to my silence.
Alright, because many NPCs in this game allow you to learn a gesture, this guy does as well. For right now, that's kind of it for his story, but there's more to come for him. Don't worry. And we'll find his body one day, and hopefully put it to rest itself. We're not done with this forest, but we're actually going to get out of here so I can get to the next bonfire so I can heal. I think that's worth it, you know. For right now, there's not much for it. Oh, summon sign, another person. Let's see what this guy looks like. Because I always love to see what the people look like. Ah, he has the helm of Vengal. That's interesting. That's funny that we talked to him. Maybe that's Vengal. It's not, don't worry. So we're actually gonna go back in the forest because there's oh, I'm dead. Wow, that was great. Now what I wanted. Hate those stairs. They just hate them. But for right now, that's what I get. So, yeah. We're not done with this area, though. We still have a few more things I want to do. You know? Like, actually go back and get the item now. And not die. That'd be nice. The item we're going to get is going to be in a chest. This chest is going to be guarded by a few things. Well, not really. It's going to be guarded by a few guys in general. You know, just invisible boys. And funny enough... Oh, God, it's right there. Remember that time I told you about the guys? Yeah. No, they can also backstab you. You need to run. They don't like visitors, and they definitely won't like you. I'm saying is, you need to get this chest as fast as humanly possible before they can catch up to you. And then get out of here. Now that... I'm pretty sure there's another chest around here. I'm not... I'll look in post, and I'll tell you what I find later. But for right now, there's not... that's all I wanted to get. and it's the Chloranthy Ring +1. Now, very similar to the Green Blossom, as I talked about in episode before. Chloranthy Ring raises stamina recovery speed, which is amazing. Yeah, it's kind of it, but it's still really good for what it does. It's kind of the whole gist of it. Radiant Life Gem, that's nice to have. Alright. So you see that guy sitting there? No, he's not a guy that you want to mess with. He's actually not a good guy. So, we're gonna end his life. Because that's what we do with everything in this game. We end their lives. That's what I do. Just run! Swing! Hide behind this rock and heal. Don't get backstabbed. You never want to get backstabbed, trust me. That's something that you will like. They have a lot of health for these areas, but really, they're not all that bad. Come in here, just double check, hit the. Normally, with a wooden chest, you can tell when it's a mimic, but a lot of times just hit a chest once, just in case. If you see a health bar, get out of there, because the animation for them popping up will still hurt you, and it's not fun if you get hurt like that. So just be careful if you can. And we're being affected by the thing called Curse. Now, Curse is very interesting, because unlike Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2, Curse works in a different way. In this game, rather than killing you, it actually brings you down to a hollowing state. And that's all it does. So, yeah. For the most part, just watch out. I'm actually gonna. Okay, no. God damn it! I hate them. I hate these guys. I really do. They're not in favorite. I mean, they're probably one of my least favorite enemies in the game. Not even bested by anything. Like, these are actually my least favorite enemies in the game. Normally, I don't mess with them. But, because I'm doing a playthrough of the game, I kind of have to mess with them so I can show you guys the way to fight them, which is not get hit at all. I think they're really annoying. Because, I think the best way to fight these guys is to have, like, a long weapon. I don't have the best weapon for that. But like a spear that what we had before, that would work great here. Mainly because, well, they have a lot of time. They only have knives and S-stocks. So yeah. And as long as you can make it so they don't hit you, there you go. He's not going to be able to get us. He's falling down. No, he can't actually get to us, and I can pick this item up in peace. Titanite chunk and a petrified bone, petrified dragon bone. All right, let me talk about the. Oh God, no. Let me talk about the chunk, and let me talk about the petrified dragon bone. Both of which upgrade your weapon. So, yeah, that's always good. That's kind of the whole idea of it. They upgrade your weapon. Dragon bones really only affect boss weapons. Petrified dragon bones only affect boss weapons, which, again, I'll explain later how to get. For right now, we can't get them. And I don't know what else I wanted to say. And I remembered. And Titanite chunks, they only affect +6 weapons. You can't. If you want to get your weapon up to +10, you need to have Titanite chunks to get it to +9, and then you need a Titanite slab for +10. Slabs for now, don't worry about. Don't get up, 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 don't get up. Oh, yeah, you can really just ignore those guys, apparently. I mean, you can do it over here as well, so... That's good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Don't worry, that guy's not an evil boy. Trust me, I would know. He's not one. So over here, there's a chest, but we can't get to it because of reasons. Over there are a few items. Most of them we can't get to because, because of guys. But, well, there are still some things that we can get here. So let's do that. Best way to fight these guys is kind of get into the open and then backstab them, I think. They, love to use their big old axe. I don't think they're all that bad. Just backstab them. You'll kill them pretty easily. I don't know what they drop. They might drop their weapon, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't think they're all that bad. So, there are 3 of them over here. The other lot of them that are like around here are actually petrified, so we'll need a branch of yore. Very easy to get, I think. So, well, not really. But for some of them, I actually have never opened up. And for others, I have. So I don't know what all of them have in store. Which is both a good thing and a bad thing. And then we have this guy. He's golden. I think he gives an item. But I do know that he's golden, so that's fun. And then, very similar to chest we saw earlier, he does drop. This guy is, no. This guy is stopping us from picking this item up, so we'll have to come back. Again, I don't know what's there, because I've never done it. I will have to do that sometime. Get a Soul of Brave Warrior, a lot of souls, and a Pharaoh's Lockstone, another puzzle thing that we can get. And then we're gonna actually come over here. You don't want to step in the middle of that thing because of that reason. I will go down there much later, but for now, don't worry about it. Next, we're gonna head up here. For what is for right now not an item. Break this stuff. Don't worry. This guy is a good guy because he's just a multiplayer guy. Come over here and get a Soul of a Brave Warrior. For later on, an NPC will spawn here. You can. I would do this first. I'd do this area first, but for now, yeah, there's not much there. And then, yeah, for the most part, let's go up here. Look around a little bit more because we can. Look at the beautiful lights. And you'll notice something. And now you'll notice something great. You'll notice a fog wall. And when you see a fog wall, you're like, oh, this is probably a boss. And you may or may not be correct. You are, though, and that's the problem. So she's a magic wielder. That's kind of the whole shtick with her. And she's a scorpion, very similar to like how Quelaag is a spider in Dark Souls 1. For the most part, I don't think this fight's all that difficult, but at the same time, I don't know what difficulty is. She has a multitude of attacks, most of them being with her tail and or staff. I'm not bad with this boss, just some of her attacks I'm bad at dodging. Like, a lot of time I can beat her first try. It's just, it's a thing of how she attacks. But hey, you'll get to see more gameplay of her, I guess. Remember, just walk past this guy. He's really not much of a person you need to kill, as I figured out. But yeah. Oh, Forlorn. Oh, great. Oh man, let me explain Forlorn. Forlorn is an NPC that spawns in random areas because it's Skylar First Sin. Forlorn really likes to screw people over. In this case, yeah. Forlorn is an enemy that a person that we're gonna see a lot. Don't worry though. Yeah, he will kill me. Too many times, in fact, that it's actually kind of ridiculous at this point. Don't worry. If you can parry his attacks if you're good, which, you know, you're not. Well, I'm not. Don't get hit, because you probably will die. And we don't want to die in this playthrough, because I have a death counter. I don't even know what... I edit all these videos, I'm going to have to really count up all those numbers real quick. Do an attack, do an attack, do an attack, do an attack. You can parry him in every weapon he uses, it's just about timing. And I don't have that. Oh, and he has a lot of health, too, which makes him even better of a fight. Oh, and he kills me. So, that's the gist of Forlorn. Yeah, no, for now, while I'm doing the weapon of the day thing, I'm not gonna be killing Forlorn very well. I mean, it's gonna happen. Like, it's gonna happen once or twice, but never 1000% of the time. And yeah. Because he spawns here, he's going to spawn in other locations. The more you kill him, the more you find him, the more he's going to spawn. So, yeah. And for right now, he's not going to be all that bad. But for later on in the game, please, you're going to have to hold your shorts, because it's going to get bad. Let me tell you something. It's going to get bad. I meant to put the resin on. See, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if the resin's going to help. I'm going to put it on because I can. Put it on lightning. I'm not sure if this is going to help against Nishandra. Her name's Nishandra. It's not. It's actually Najaka or whatever her name is. But, yeah. You can actually hit her while she comes out of the ground. So, yeah. No, why? Well, looks like that resin's gone. Why? This fight never gives me trouble. Because she never does these attacks, first off. Normally, what she does is she swings her tail, well, her stingers. She swings her stingers so that, like, it hits the other side. However, if she does that attack, I can get a lot of hits in. But because she's not doing it, I can't really get a lot of damage in. It also doesn't exactly help, you know, without using the best armor. So I'm gonna put on the Drang Lake Mail. It's gonna really help with defense. So yeah. I mean, this is all I expected to do during this episode, kind of just fighting the her. I mean, it doesn't matter how long it takes us, except if it takes an hour, I'm gonna have to split it up, but, or just cut it down. I don't know why it's taking me forever, but I'm gonna have some sort of defense, so it'll be good. Yeah, we don't have anything else to use. I mean, skeptics, but I'll have to explain that later. I also don't use a hammer on this boss. I actually use a rapier most of the time. I use a rapier because rapiers are like the best in this game. And you think I'm lying, I'm not. She normally does this attack where it kind of hugs her body. Sometimes if you get lucky, she'll do it twice in a row. But I'm not lucky. Here, she'll just do this. Oh, and remember, because she has magic, she's going to use it. Also remember when she dug out of the hole? Yeah, she can do that. She can dig in the... Okay, can you stop doing that attack? Do something else, please. I'll take it. So you can stab with her weapons normally. And then she can dig in the ground. Now, digging is fun. For right now, she's just kind of hanging out. But you don't want to be under her while she comes up. Because if you do, you'll get hit, and that's not fun. Trust me. And she hit me anyways, because somehow she teleports, but it's fine, it's whatever. Do an attack that I can dodge. Okay, that's not exactly what I wanted. No, bad. I'm getting hit. Oh, remember when she, dug? Remember when she used magic earlier? Yeah, she can still do that. Afraid she's gonna use it. As long as I stay relatively close, she probably won't use it. Please just do it. Yeah, do the tail attack. Do the tail attack. Do it again. No, don't do that attack. I don't like that attack. Oh, and this is her magic that she can do. So she'll send those out. She also has another attack where she does that, and that's no fun. And then what she'll do is she'll send that. Then you have to dodge all of it. You got to dodge all three of them. Okay, now we're back to digging. Diggy diggy hole. No. Nah, okay, actually this is good. Do it again. Yes! Hit it one more time! I win! Cool, that's the boss. She did most of her attacks, and if you're wondering, what the heck's this item? And also, how do we get it? She has to break it. Najaka or whatever. What is her name, actually? Najaka, or, yeah. Najika, or whatever her name is, right? She has to hit the tree down. I wouldn't, say doing it, because in Skylar the First Sin, last time I remember, it's rubbish. Yeah, I might be wrong. I'll put some text up if I'm wrong, but, I shouldn't be, because I'm always right. And, yeah. We're not quite done with the episode. We have a little bit more to do, but for the most part, we're done fighting bosses. We're gonna head over here to the Doors of Pharaohs. Very interesting area. I actually quite like this area because it's actually really not all that long. You know, they got these guys. There's always fun. You know, that's cool. And then there's a bonfire right here that we're gonna actually get. And for right now, we're done with the episode. We're actually head back to Majula, where I'll level up and be powerful. Oh, and we'll also be able, hear me out with this one. We'll be able to send, we'll be able to do the key thing too, which is always fun. Let me use all the souls that we have now. This is why they're useful. I don't want to leave them. Funny enough, Dark Souls 2 is the first, well, it's the game right after Dark Souls, but it was the one that allowed people to use multiple souls at once, which is crazy, but it really did save a lot of people's lives in, you know, in the least way possible.
Is here to see, however.
Anyways, we got a shard. It's gonna be the 4th Estus Flask we'll have, which is cool. I don't. It will always give you the give Estus Flask shard, even when you don't have it. So, yeah, just next time, watch out for that. And because we've been leveling up our weapons, like strength and stuff, which, you know, it's always great to have that. But I'm actually gonna put a lot into vitality and vigor, because we need health and we need the ability to actually carry things. So yeah. And yeah. I'll just put this in here. You might be wondering, like, why didn't you get the last level up? That's a very good question. But for now, the level up doesn't matter, because we were going to come over here. It's going to take a second, but we're going to come over here. And switch this around. Remember this place? Yeah, I know.
Just speak up if you're in need. That's why I'm here.
So, you know, this lady, she has all the miracles and stuff, but we're gonna move the path for 2000. Once you move the path, you really don't need to move it ever again, because we already have the Hides Tower Flame Bonfire.
Oh, done so soon.
So, yeah. All I really ever need to spend, 10. That's fun, yeah. And we're gonna actually head our way up here. We won't really be fighting anything past this point, thankfully. But, yeah. As, you know, we get to this last bonfire that's coming up, I'd like to say, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed. This guy, I'll talk about him later. He won't talk to us, because we're not smart enough, because we don't have enough intelligence. But, yeah. So, for the most part, we're done with this episode, but I'm gonna go quickly buy some arrows. That's kind of it. I want you guys to be able to see that I bought arrows, rather than be like, oh, like, where did all those souls go? I spent them at the soul lottery, you know. I forgot there's an item here. What is it? Oh. I could probably get that last level up anyways. Get, about 300 arrows, you know. You know how it is. You know how it is, man. 300 and that amount of arrows. Man, well, we have a lot of weapons now. Also, this is just a normal axe. I was wrong. When I got it earlier in this episode, I called it the great axe. It's actually a normal axe. It does lightning damage. It's cool. But, yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys next time, where, I don't know where we'll do. I haven't planned that far ahead. See you guys next time. Peace.